board, defense will make the save.
Hey, listen, it's just a little bit of a different vibe for me, not vibe here, unfortunately. Me getting an OCE, I mean, you set me up with the first team that I ever worked with in OCE, back when Team Process, I think, was the name that they were going under here. You mentioned, you know, Baked Potato. I think we had, was Zen on our team at some point?
No,
yeah, Laxon was the other one.
Laxon and, I want to say Vortex.
CJM? CJM, right?
CJM, of course,
yeah.
CJM. Yeah, that's a throwback. Yummy, of course, is thinking this was only yesterday. Hawk will get the first goal shot off the top crossbar, and the Dire Wolves strike first. Nice little reset by Misty as well to get the goal.
I forever will want him to do the Misty Musty, but you know, hey, well, probably pretty good for Dire Wolves in particular here. Again, this team needs to find that cohesion. If they can start out the gates really feeling themselves, this can definitely be a winnable series. Definitely also winnable if no one plays defense. What happened here for Bliss?
Yeah, Cobbo just got straight outpaced to the ball, and the pass back to the middle. Hawk is there. 2-0 lead. Bliss was finding success in the winner split. It was so much off of the good play from Cobbo, of all players. Cobbo really stepped up their speed, really stepped up their tempo. We're turning into a bit of one of the higher caliber strikers in the region, but we just haven't seen that again so far in this spring split right now. And so far, early days in game number 1 is looking like that same sort of slow plague is still affecting this team as Misty snipes it past 2.
This is not just a collapse. This is just absolute falling apart here. Dire Wolves are just poking holes in the defense of Bliss for right now. And I mean, it's not as if the defense...
Cobbo right now. It's a little bit unfortunate, though, to see that Dire Wolves are getting away with this playstyle again, though, fast, because this was one of the things we were critical of them when we saw them before. Pass down to Vibe. That's going to be a shot and goal. Coach gets one on the board.
Yeah, I mean, listen, playstyle, you can criticize it all you want, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
But
it is not broken right now. It's not, though. They're winning. It's 4-0, and we're just passing halftime.
Okay, so you're beating the team. Bliss. That had to be a goal for Bliss. They're not going to find it. Dire Wolves should take game 1.
Should? We've got a minute left and they're down by 4 here. At this point, I'm ready to call it. And not necessarily because of the fact that I think this is an overwhelming win for Dire Wolves, although it is, but also the lack of offense we're seeing from Team Bliss. I mean, another good example here. They throw everything at Dire Wolves, and all they really do is leave themselves exposed on the back end.
Yeah, as we watch this one, a good burst of power right there out of Hawk, and Cobbo kind of hesitated a little bit in trying to find that read right there. So Hawk now a little bit. Yeah, half my beard. Half my beard. Team Bliss loses game 1.
Yeah, that's, you know, fair enough. I appreciate that, especially considering there's 10 seconds left and it's mathematically impossible for them to turn this one around. They can still turn around the series, but I think you and I can both agree something needs to change here. If Team Bliss are going to play like this with this, I'll call it odd rotation, they're just going to get scored on repeat. And speaking of which, Hawk going to put in his 4th one for this series. And also, Misty with 5 assists.
Also, Misty with that reset just to tap it down to Hawk right there. It's a bit of a shame that it kind of happened in garbage time at the end of game number 1.
Good in-between, if you will. And that's kind of what Dire Wolves are doing right now, is they are poking and prodding at the in-between little plays that Team Bliss can't seem to wrap around.
Let's see what the Dire Wolves do here now in game number 2.
I will say, I do also kind of want to see Team Bliss go with that approach here. If it's not working, throw everything. Just okay, well, don't throw the defense, guys. What happened here? This is a free lane for Hawk. I mean, I don't blame him for scoring this goal.
Yeah, Cobbo just did not get the touch that they were looking for on that one. Straight into Hawk.
What I'm talking about here. Team Bliss are looking for a way to distract the Dire Wolves and not give them this flow. Meanwhile, Dire Wolves, they are dictating pace of play 3,000 times over.
All right, awkward backboard read, slow touch from Hawk. Demo's coming through. This is Bliss playing forward. This is what we wanted to see. Maybe it will turn into that scoring chance. Cobbo almost gets it in front of the net, gets the bump on Vibe, and there is the shot, and that's the aggressive play style I have been clamoring for. It comes from Bliss to tie up this game.
And this is a really good time to do it as well. You recognize multiple players in the corner. You can start to try and cause a little bit of calamity, and as soon as that does happen...
Zen initially leading the charge for Bliss, isn't quite going to get there in time. Cobbo runs disruption for Vibe, who's going to keep playing forward. Ball in the corner. Here comes Hawk. Loses out to Vortex, sets up Misty, but underneath Zen may have just cleared it. Vortex has to tap it forward, but can't get there in time.
He was there in time. He just didn't know what to do with the ball. He's hovering underneath it like a puppy dog with their father, just sort of like sitting there with just trying to figure out, what do I do? Am I supposed to figure this out? No, I'm going to tuck my tails and do nothing. A huge opportunity for Team Bliss to get on the board, and they cannot. At least least until the follow-up. Vort will slam it into the left side, and we've got a tied series.
A little bit of redemption. Look, I can't blame Vort too much. Was stuck a little bit in no man's land before, where like you don't want to make that touch to have the ball go awry.
A good day. All right, bet we're ready. Let's go. If he's not having a good day, it does feel like the team kind of loses that cohesion, loses
no
that
counterattack goal straight away. Pressure coming from Hawk through the corner. Has Misty down the middle. Here comes the strike. Vortex disrupts it. But where's the third member? Where is Vive? Well, Vive is back on defense.
Vive, I think, got demoed, unfortunately. I don't believe that he was available for that ball. But at the same time, I do like this. Direwolf starting to really find that cohesion while also being able to hold on to a decent amount of defensive pressure. This feels like the all-around Direwolves that we've been looking for. And at the same time, this is the Bliss offense that we were hoping. I guess this is going to come down to a strategy sort of game. Are you going to be able to play the defense when necessary? I mean, some defense would be required there. Hawk gets a freebie and no one in net to stop him.
Double commit, left Cobbo alone, and instead of playing that goal line defense, which had been working for them, Cobbo thought that was proven not to be the case. Direwolves get first blood in game number 3. They're up 1-0. Kickoff, though, could come back that other way. Vive will instead clear it corner to corner.
It does feel like we're starting to see Team Bliss kind of collapse on top of each other. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want, because like I said, when Zen is feeling himself, he is electric.
Zen is going to get one of these goals every series. Just something that makes you go, oh my goodness, that's why. These two teams, and it should be worth noting, with the Commonwealth Games right around the corner, both of these sides have qualified for that land that's happening on the Gold Coast. So they're going to be meeting again. They're going to be getting very familiar with each other right now. And it will be, I'm pretty sure, Vive with the Direwolves as well. Speaking of Vive, they're going to go ahead and end game number 3. That's a 2-1 Direwolves win.
I mean, you say Vive ends game number 3, not Hawk ends game number 3 here. What a pinch off the backboard. All Vive had to do was put it on target and
look at all the defensive touches and defensive efforts. Like you can see right there, nearly double the amount of touches of each of the teammates.
Close
in
but
that
no cigar
one.
at this point here. Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. This is neither one of them. This is Rocket League. So you've got to make sure that you are hitting the mark when the time comes. And with 4 minutes remaining, they do technically have a ton of time, but it does feel like Team Bliss, they need that catalyst. We've been talking about this momentum being such a powerful factor for any team that we mention. Team Bliss of all teams really need that momentum. They are coming into this entire regional without anything really in their favor. Now that is going to be in their favor. I don't know what's more impressive, the shot or the pass here. This is beautiful out of Team Bliss.
I love the communication, and I love how far forward Vortex was willing to go to be able to find that Hawk. Desperate diving save, not going to come through.
It's like a mushroom in Mario Kart. They get like that one burst of speed, and then that's about it. So 2.5 minutes remaining here. Definitely plenty of time for Direwolves to get back into this one, but it also does feel like Bliss, you should have a second goal right now. Get yourself that safety net that you've been looking for.
Yeah, well, instead it could be coming the other way. Hawk versus Zen's going to go in Hawk's favor. Straight down the gut. Direwolves tie the game.
And this is why I said they needed that safety net. You get one breakaway play. A team that hasn't been playing defense has to play defense. They do not. And Direwolves hold on to that and keep it true. Also make sure you score there. Feels like Misty just probably needed to try and doink that one off the back of his car and should have been able to get it center. Instead, we'll have to take a little bit longer of a process to get through. The good thing is that Vive is causing absolute issues.
Oh, no.
On the other end, but Misty, he just a bit too extended. And Team Bliss, I mean, you can see Zen's reaction. Yeah, that's my feeling too, my friend.
So desperate, Misty trying to race back, just could not get there.
There's the shot. That's not on target.
They still don't have boost, only now really just collecting it, but the Direwolves could do nothing with Team Bliss pinned down. Now Vortex is getting demos. That's the pass back. Cobbo too far back once again for the punish. Zen, though, may have found a midfield line. Misty sets up Cobbo. Shot comes through, and there is your safety net, Bass. Team Bliss take a 2-goal lead.
Finally, they get this one. I don't know what's more surprising, the fact that it took them this long or the fact that they get it off of what is this play. Direwolves completely out of net, completely unaware of what's going on. I would have liked to have seen Direwolves at least get a little bit of momentum going to Game 5. We're going to be heading there no matter what, but yeah, I have to agree with you guys now. I've seen the light. King Vive all the way.
Yeah, Vive doing what he can do for the team. Again, Direwolves have had results with Vive on the team in the past. Like, they've got top 4s. It's not a shocker to see Vive step into this role and perform quite well. Gonna need one more performance out of them, though, right now. Team Bliss has brought
really linking up well. That passing play to start this game was a great example of that. But other times they're a little bit disjointed. But at the same time, it's risk, but it's kind of calculated. Like, I don't really know try to read this one. Maybe it's been too long since I casted OCE. I don't really know. All I know is it's been too long since someone scored. Halfway through this game, neither team has been able to get themselves on the board. Maybe Direwolves can change this one up. Misty's got a free lane, slamming on target, and Vort makes the save, but not the follow-up. Hawk to put in the first one, almost 3 minutes into game number 5.
Yeah, Vort, Herculean effort right there. Got that first touch, was in position nearly for the second one with the Cobbo. But
Vibe, what that's going to do is now send it to the other end and potentially end this game, especially if another goal comes through here. To the corner we go. Hawk going to try and facilitate, but he's taken out for his troubles. 10 seconds left. Team Bliss at this point need to march down the pitch and find themselves an offense. Right now, all they're finding is their backs against the wall, but they will keep this one alive. Misty's on the ball. Where's someone from Team Bliss? Eventually, Cobbo will dive in. Vort will as well, but Hawk, he spikes it to the ceiling. It's not enough. This one stays up, and there it is. Finally, we hit the ground.